Hey, it's Rob from Wheelworks Bike Shop in Dublin. Don't step out in front of that car now, Dave. We have a Madone SLR 7 with a couple of upgrades for you today. It's a new Gen 8 Madone. It's in the era white with this gorgeous gold marbly effect. If you want to get in closer, Dave, and we'll have a look at that. So you got a really nice marble effect. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. You got really nice gold foil decals, the Project 1, the Trek. You got the gold and black head badge. And you've got the gold rings on the Madone logo. So if you were following the launch, Trek's marketing material before the launch was two planets coming together, and they were calling it Worlds Collide. So that's the two planets there, the two rings, and they're now intertwined to make a number 8. And you can see, so it's Madone number 8. So it's a Generation 8 Madone. This is the SLR version. SLR version with Ultegra Di2. We have a wheel upgrade on this one. We've got Aeolus, Bontrager Aeolus RSL 51s, so 51mm deep. And the 51s are what Trek are recommending for this model. So if you look back at the old Amonda, the lightweight climbing bikes, they were always paired with shallow wheels, like a 37 or a 35. What they've started doing now is, with this model, they're looking for the aero of the outgoing Madone and the lightweight of the Amonda. So you've got the aero of the wheels combined with the frame, the bottles, to give you effectively a big one-piece foil. So it's much more aero with the deeper wheels. I'm actually coming off 62s on the Madone, so when I got onto 51s, there's a real snappiness with them. You can feel the difference in acceleration. So while the 62s are more aero and they look the shit, the 51s will accelerate better. The difference in speed is marginal. They're obviously easier to handle in windier situations. The aero bottles then are the other part of the story. This bike is as fast as the previous full-on aero Madone when you pair the frame with the aero bottles and set them up correctly. So you need a small gap here, no more than a centimetre. That's to allow the cage to stretch and get the bottles out. And if you have a bigger gap there, it causes drag. So once the cages are set up correctly and they're slotted for that, so you can see most bottle cages just have 2 holes. So these are slotted so that you can move them up and down, and you've got 3 bottle boss positions there, so you can change the setup. You'll notice as well, a lot of Trek's accessories now are going to Trek branding as opposed to Bontrager. So wheels are staying with Bontrager, tires are staying with Bontrager, but we're seeing handlebar tape is now Trek branded. The cages are Trek branded. Their clothing line is Trek branded. The saddles are moving over to Trek branding as well. This is still Bontrager, but we've seen on some of the RSL saddles they're now Trek branded. So they're gradually making that shift across to a lot of their accessories being Trek branded as opposed to Bontrager, and I suppose that makes sense. A lot of people coming into cycling now have no idea what Bontrager is, except for they see it on wheels. Whereas it was probably a much stronger brand when Trek acquired it from Keith Bontrager, whatever it was, 15 or 20 years ago. Anyway, this is a Madone SLR 7, so Ultegra Di2. Like I said, with the wheel upgrade to Aeolus RSL 51s, we're going to stick it on the scales to see how the weight comes out. I should really have checked to see what the claimed weight is on this model before I put it on the scales, but it wouldn't have made a difference anyway, because we've got pedals, bottles, cages, and we've a different set of wheels on it. So that is coming in at 7.958, just under 8 kilos. And there's obviously, if you take bottles, cages, pedals off, which is the way most bikes are advertised, it'll change that weight. In terms of the way the SLRs come, they come with the aero bottles included. They come with the blender mount included, so that's the single blender mount that goes directly into the handlebar. That'll take either a Garmin or a Wahoo head. That piece is reversible, and it's an alloy one as opposed to the older ones with plastic. And that's probably the highlights of that one. This is going out later on today, so I wanted to get a video of it before it leaves. Let me know what you think of the colours. What do you think of the new combining two bikes into one thing from Trek? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you like this? Did you prefer the look of the old Madone? Do you prefer the look of an Amanda? Let me know what you think. Stick it in the comments, and I'll answer you when they come through. Okay.